Hi there. I'm H. Victoria Hargrove Atkerson. I'm an author and a writer, and I want to discuss with you today about my book, Walking Among the Kudzu, which is a wonderful story about adolescence and the trouble that teenagers have when they're growing up. This particular young girl is a black child who looks white, and she lives with a mother who hates her and all her white features. So we learn about all the troubles she gets into, and this is represented by the kudzu vines that are here, which means trouble. This picture was done by my nephew, Larry Anthony. It's a great depiction of kudzu vines. So I'm going to read to you from part 2. We pick her up at age 12. So, in the spring of 1958, at age 13, signs of womanhood began to manifest themselves in my breast as my breasts began to swell. I had no idea what was happening to my body. When a bloody discharge started in the middle of the night, I was sure I was going to die and that my mother would find me dead the next morning, with fear paralyzing me, preventing me from asking my mother anything. I stayed in bed, cried myself to sleep, then pretended the next morning that I had a stomachache. She never seemed to mind me staying home from school as long as I stayed out of her sight. After my first period ended, which lasted for only a couple of days, I was relieved. Going back to my regular routine, I soon forgot all about it, and I tried to put that whole terrifying incident out of my mind forever. When the next month came around, so did the bleeding. I panicked. Crying uncontrollably, I slipped out of the soiled bed clothes and crept into the bathroom to clean up, being careful not to awaken my mother. Then I went to the kitchen to retrieve the wash bucket and the scrub brush. Terror-stricken and doubled over with cramps in my legs and my stomach, I stole back into my room with the cleaning supplies, where I stripped the bed and started cleaning the mattress. My fear accelerated when I saw my mother standing in my doorway with her usual lit cigarette dangling between her long fingers. The color red of her nails seemed brighter than ever before. It was the same color as the blood that I was trying to remove, making my stomach turn with nausea and fear. "Gal, what are you doing?" the mother said. So, you see, her mother was not an educator, to say the least. She gave her minimal information about caring for her personal body. Luckily, she had a best friend, whose mother took her under her wing and explained things. After she found the two girls sitting in her bedroom, cutting up sanitary napkins, trying to figure out what they were all about. So this is what happened next. The next morning, this is after they cut up the sanitary napkins, Maddie's mom sat us down at her kitchen table and asked if we knew what having a period was all about. We looked at each other, then back, and shook our heads yes. Mrs. Johnson looked at us hard and waited. Then we shook our heads no, we confessed sheepishly. Over a plate of delicious sugar cookies and glasses of milk, she began to explain the facts of life by drawing pictures on a sheet of notebook paper. She told us about ovaries, sperm, eggs, tubes, and how those things help a man and a woman have a baby. Then she told us all about how to care for our bodies. At the end of her too long talk, she asked, "Now, do you understand?" Maddie and I looked at each other and said, "Yes," simultaneously. Her wise mother looked at both of us closely, then said, "No, you don't." And at that, she started all over again. So you see, children can find attention, love, and help from other people, unfortunately, when it cannot be their parents. So that's kudzu, guys. Now, I want you to do me a favor and like my channel, subscribe to it, And look me up on H. Victoria Hargrove, Atkinson.com, or look me up on Amazon and Barnes & Noble to find my books and buy them. And until then, love to you. Enjoy.